There you go, baby. It's the kickoff to summer here on the morning show. We're all going to have our own special kickoff day. Today is Dayru's. So she's down at Sugar Beach. And I think she's going to have a sand sculptor there later. And also did some paddle boarding or something like that.
This looks so cool.
Yep, we'll head down to Dayru now. How's the beach, baby?
Oh, the beach is fantastic. Can I pick a day or what?
Windy.
Not a cloud in the sky, and here we are at Sugar Beach. I know. It's our kickoff to summer, so of course I want to be at the beach, and I love to be on the water, and sports are a big part of my life. So I went to cute Balmy Beach recently and had a chance to do some paddle boarding, which is really popular in the beaches. You may have seen it, and got a chance to do that with WSUP Toronto. Take a look. You gotta love Toronto. We can go from Bloor Street to paddle boarding in the same day. Ditch your briefcase, grab a board.
So I'm gonna just show you a couple basics before we get in. Okay, so Dayru, you see where the handle is where you carry the board?
Yes.
And the weight is most evenly distributed at this point, which is what we call the sweet spot. So we put you on your knees first. So you can either go into downward dog and step your foot up, or you can just go from kneeling. When you're paddling, you see the shape of the blade looks like a duck's foot, and that's where you want the blade to go out. If you want to turn, 3 deep pulls on the right will turn you left and vice versa. If you want to quickly turn, you paddle backwards.
So let's get to it.
So knee on either side of the handle. And if you do fall off, you're tethered by a leash. Just paddle right through the waves.
See you later, guys. I'm off. One with the geese.
So this is a good core workout, just like this. And just, there you go, perfect. Now start paddling. Then you'll, perfect. It's wonderful, it's very therapeutic.
What do you think of my technique? It's a little shaky, I gotta get better.
So generally you align the handle with the arches of your feet.
Remember the sweet spot.
It's very tranquil.
They think I'm coming back to shore. They're wrong. See you guys.
Bye.
I'm out. Let's keep going. And you do want to keep going because it is incredibly fun. Now, when we think of paddleboarding, we often think of places like Polynesia and tropical places, but it's really popular in the beach thanks to Gudrun from WSUP Toronto. So tell us, how did this all get started?
Well, my business partner, Turnbull, and I used to paddle every day last summer on the water. We were just totally addicted to it, and our families used to come as well. And every time we got off the water, we were almost bombarded by people asking us, what are you doing? Can I do it? Where am I going to be able to do this? And so we had a board meeting on the water and decided let's start WSUP Toronto, where we could offer lessons, classes, rentals, liquid yoga, boot camps, sunrise, sunset paddles, and it's totally taken off and everyone's having a great time.
See, that's my kind of boardroom is this, which we're standing on, and that's a great thing. You have sunrise paddles, you can see people out there with their dogs on their boards, and of course yoga is something that's become really popular.
That's right, it is our kickoff to summer all week long here on the morning show.
Yeah.
We're all doing our own summer thing.
Our favorite thing to do for the season.
So Dayru has her day today, and her favorite thing to do is to be hanging at the beach. Who doesn't love that? So I do believe she has a champion
Sandcastle maybe?
builder. that's a rocking job
That's a
if
real
you can
art
get it.
form now, you know. They have festivals all over the place and
Yes, they do.
extraordinary stuff.
Yep. So we're going to head down there now. Hey, Day.
Hey there, Liza. How are you? We are here live at Sugar Beach with Karen Freilich. Now, she is a champion sculptor, and you won't be surprised that, of course, her favorite medium is sand. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of it here. Karen is just building. Karen, what are you building here?
I'm building a kitty cat.
And how much sand does it take to make something like this?
This is a very small sand sculpture. It's probably about 100 pounds. I'm just building it with a bucket.
Okay, so can you take us through the process of building?
Yes, this is a bottomless bucket. We're going to put a bunch of sand and water in layers in here and then stomp all over it like you're making wine, and then we'll fill it all the way up tap the sides, pull the bucket off, and you'll have a solid block of sand, like a brick, and you can carve it.
Now, is that really important when you're working with sand to build whether a sand castle or something like this, a cat, is to get it all compressed?
Yes, that's the most important part of all. More than anything, you want to get a nice brick to carve out of.
And you're a four-time world champion, so you've really traveled the world and you've won the top prize. You've done some really intricate work. Tell us about some of your championship-winning sandcastles and sand sculptures.
When the first time I won, I did Moses parting the Red Sea with my partner in the doubles competition, and then I did one. My favorite one was actually the Haida Thunderbird that I did in 2004, and that was my absolute favorite one. But I've done lots.
And how much time does it take to create something like that?
That was about 24 hours of sculpting over 3 days. You had to do it.
And how much sand is in that? I imagine tons.
It's about 15 to 20 tons of sand, which is about maybe 8 feet tall, maybe 9 feet wide, and about 3 or 4 feet wide.
Incredible. So can you take us through this? What do we need to do here to get started?
Okay, we've already started. What we need to do now is put more sand in there.
Okay.
Bit of elbow grease now.
So what we do here is we're putting a lot of sand in here. You're going to add your water. Now, do you bring your own water or do you use what's at the beach?
Whatever you can find.
Okay.
The closest water source.
So let's add some water here.
Yes. Okay, pour that in. Pour it all
Okay.
in.
So what we would do here is just give that a good stomp.
Yes.
So do you teach kids this technique when you go to the beach?
They love it. They absolutely adore it. Anything to get dirty and run around.
So we're trying to get this nice and compacted, and then once we get all the water out, we'll have it compacted like this. And why don't you take us through some of your tools here that you use to sort of get the more detail and finite details on the sand?
Sand sculpture tools are anything and everything. You can find it in the kitchen, in your dad's garage. I've got margin trowels, I've got palette knives, spoons, forks.
Okay, so if we wanted to add some detail, can you show us a little bit of what we should do?
Okay, so you want to take your big lines with a big trowel, and then when you want to get finer details, you're using a small palette like what you've got, and just scraping and making little details and just making some fur marks. You can kind of scratch it like that.
So you get in there with a lot of detail. And what if you make a mistake?
No problem, you just smooth it out, do it again.
And I see you have a mister over here.
Yes.
So how do you use this?
This is when you're working and the sun's drying out your sand, you want to keep it wet while you're still working with it. So give it a good spray, and then it will last a little bit longer.
And then you can work it?
Yes.
You can work that?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you do to finish this off?
I would fine-tune the eyes a little bit and a bit more fur, and then I think we're good to go.
Okay, well, great. Thank you so much, Karen. We're going to work away a little bit here. You showed us some great tips on how to build a great sandcastle. Thank you so much. That's a check of the morning show. We'll throw it back your way to break.